Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. And thank you for joining and watching our videos regularly. So, one of the things that I thought I can talk about today is about empaths and about warding off negative energies. And before I do that, I do want to let you know, if you like our videos, do like, subscribe, and follow us. We are on Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube by the name of Tarotting by Bhavna. You can, of course, also request for appointments that are coming up. Okay, coming to the topic that I'll be discussing today. So one of the very frequent questions that I'm asked from my clients is about how do I ward off negative energies, or I'm not feeling energized, or I just feel completely depleted of energy, or I just feel completely down and out, right? I haven't done much anything today. I just went to the office, or I just went to meet a friend, and I just feel as if I'm completely drained. And those are all signs of when people have probably taken energies from you. And energies work at a level where we are always balancing energies out, right? So even if you enter a room, the energies are getting balanced all the time. And so one of the interesting things that we have is we have a very wonderful set of people in the world who voluntarily, almost at times voluntarily, do give their energies, their positive energies, and we call them empaths. So empaths are people who are able to share their energy either voluntarily or involuntarily. Now, empaths are people who can connect to emotions very easily, who are able to connect to the other person's emotions. So, if there is, for example, they're watching a movie and the movie is very moving, right? We are able to connect to those people, to that person on the screen very easily, as if it is happening to us. It could be somebody, a friend narrating a story. It could be a colleague. It could be a subordinate at the office who they're talking to you, and you really connect. Of course, social norms don't allow us to cry easily in the workplace, or when we are or in public places, but we almost have tears swelling up in our eyes, or we have this strong burst of emotion that we feel that as if this person really needs our help, right? And so empaths connect to emotions very quickly, and what it means to, and sometimes we call them, or we label them, sensitive or overly sensitive people. So if you've heard somebody telling you that, oh, you're very sensitive, or you're too sensitive, just check yourself. Maybe you're an empath. One of the other things that happens with empaths is that in a room full of people, or when you're meeting people, you easily give your energy away. Right? And now I'm not talking about if there is there's a leakage in your aura. I'm not talking about that right now. I'm just talking about empaths, because auras are a totally different topic, and we'll talk about that in a different video. So when let's say an empath enters a room, what happens is that there are many people that you connect with. There would be people who will reach out to you, or there would be people wanting to talk to you. Those are signs of being an empath. So naturally, people are naturally drawn to people who would give them positivity. Now, many times we don't realize that, because it is at an energy level, and you can't see energy. And at times it could be as simple as, because many of us, if we are very conditioned of the proper way to speak or approach people, we might just, the energy exchange might just happen through the eyes, right? Of course, when we are in love, it also happens. And when we are in love, that is also energy exchange that happens. And love balances our energy. So if you see, whether with your parents, whether your siblings, or of course your partners, that is a balancing of energy and growing the energy together. That is what love is. So love is, in simple forms, perhaps just energy. But I won't get into that too much, because I know that's close to my heart as a topic as well. And so what happens is, empaths feel the drain of energy much often and much more than most other people. And other people also many times do feel that drain of energy. So if you're feeling a drain of energy, of course, the most common things to do, and you've heard of it perhaps, is to put yourself in an invisible bubble. So create a shield of invisible bubble that so that your aura and your energy is protected, and any and people who take energy or energy vampires, they are unable to break through that. So that's one way of doing it. And the second way that I also find very, very effective is to imagine yourself in a white bubble, but it has a mirror. It has a mirror on the outside. So any person coming to take your energy, it gets deflected back. So it does not. So it's in fact. So it not just does it not just stop the energy vampire to take away your energy, but also it deflects it back. So it protects you even much more. So it's like a solid. Imagine yourself in a solid bubble, of transparent bubble, but with mirrors on the outside. I really feel that that works amazingly well, even more than the bubble, but it depends on you what suits you, right? So that's the mirror bubble is one example. The transparent bubble is another example. You do it in the same way. You could do it multiple times in a day. If you feel that you work in an environment or your work involves, let's say, talking to a lot of people that have negativity, right? So you could be a counselor, you could be somebody in a corporate where you have a number of people working with you, or you could be in the HR department and similar lines of work, or you could be a teacher, right? Or a psychologist and psychiatrist. And so for all of for people who are in that domain of work where you're meeting a lot of people, you could do it multiple times in a day. So there are two things that are important. One is that visualization, right? The visualization is very important, and even if it's just taking a minute, 1 minute of intention. So really imagining it with that intention that I am protected, I am completely protected, and nobody is going to suck my aura or suck my energy. So auras can't be sucked, by the way, but energy. So that intention, saying it with intention, is very, very important, and that imagination or visualization is very, very important. Right, and so that's one of the ways to do it. The other way, some people also use crystals, and I'll just I won't talk about crystals in detail because that's, again, it's a vast topic. But you would get crystals like a band like this, which is basically it protects you from negative energy. So this one grounds you. It protects you from negative energy. It ensures that your own energy stays together, and you will get these bands online. But I would suggest, whenever you're buying any crystal beads or crystal bracelets, please buy from somebody you know or a reliable source, because one, not just because of the size, because the size is adjustable, but because the intention. So some of the people, for example, the person, I could refer you to a friend of mine who does it, and they set the intention before sending it across, right? So crystals have to be cleaned on a regular basis. They have to be affirmations with the crystals, and you need to take care of the crystals in a certain way. It's not complicated, but I think, again, a very powerful way, especially when you're meeting multiple people regularly. And what the other two crystals that I find really, I personally are my personal favorite, and depends on which one attracts you. One is a Rose Quartz. So this is my personal favorite. It is translucent or transparent, almost pinkish, with a pinkish tinge, and I just love it. And this, of course, helps clean all your chakras and balances all your chakras as well. And it's and I'll talk about it in a different video. But this also helps basically clean your energies and your auras as well. And another one is this one, and I'll share the details of all of these in the comments section. Again, this one, it has similar properties. It's a white quartz, and it helps to basically balance all your chakras. It also helps you to think clearly, and I think it just opens up your mind for a lot of clarity and a lot of wisdom. So those are some of my favorites that were there, and if you would like to order, I'll share the link of crystal gaze on my in the comment section as well. Yes, so those are a couple of ways I thought we could talk about today, of how you can protect your energy from getting sapped and you feeling drained all the time. And so one is, of course, like I mentioned, just to sum up, is to have a mirror bubble. The second one is to have a translucent bubble around you. The third one are, of course, crystals, using crystals to protect you. And another tip could be, when you come back home, taking a bath with warm water or warm salt water. Salt water, usually we do use Himalayan pink salt. That is, that's that's very useful in these cases. But yeah, even if at times you just want to take a bath with water, or at least wash your hands and legs. So पुराने ज़माने में जब हमारे नाना नानी या दादा दादी और our parents, they used to say कि घर जैसे ही घर आते हो हाथ पैर धो. One of the reasons was also to cleanse the energies, any negative energies that we might have carried, right? We would exchange certain things, or sometimes now, of course, we shake hands more often. So there is this exchange of energy that happens. But in earlier, in our Hindu culture in India, we used to do namaste. There was a reason for that, because it was also to, it was also in a way, it would protect yourself from certain energies, right? But that's another way. So another way is to take a bath with warm water, warm salt water, or even if you just want to, the moment you come into the house from somewhere, wash your hands with soap. Wash your legs with plain water. That is also fine. It depends on the intensity of negative energy you feel. So go with your intuition, trust your intuition, and make your intuition stronger, and it will guide you what you need to do. So that's all for this video, and please share your comments. Do share what else you would like to hear from us. And for those of you who are in Australia, Tarotting by Bhavna is coming to Brisbane and Melbourne in October, November. We are in Melbourne end of October. So look us up on our FB page to make appointments. And for those of you in Brisbane, we are in Brisbane in November. I'll share the dates based on the appointments, and look forward to meeting you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.